Okay, I think that it's going to really make an impact in three key ways. It will allow us to move away from retrospective understanding of issues and really then more readily rely on leading signals. So we move from being reactive to proactive. And the real-time nature of data access in the current times means that we can have that more continual assessment rather than relying on retrospective detective style checks. And finally, I think that it will ensure that because we've got those leading signals, we can also use benefit from early intervention because we're getting data much quicker than we would have in the past. And I think overall that means that we can treat data as a commercial lever rather than just a risk tool as we have in the past.
I think historically lenders have applied a standardized approach across pricing and products. While that's simple to maintain, I think the value that has been left on the table has been huge, and also it's fallen far short of customer expectations. We are all so used to our social media platforms now delivering us content that is personalized, so we expect that in our everyday lives. So as the data is there now, we should be utilizing it more, and it will allow for more targeted campaigns. Three areas of impact would be contract renewals. So that's a big thing where you can actually see who you need to prioritize in those renewal forms, and deprioritize the higher risk users. We can also see it in tailored servicing. Telematics, we now have that data that we can now start to see the usage of the assets. We can now see if they're underutilized, when we need to be sending personalized offers for renewals or remarketing. I think with that comes the element of risk mitigation. So we're starting to be able to add the value and also maintain the value that we've had to date.
I think that cyber and resilience issues are no longer just a simple hygiene factor for IT. They have become a real potential disruptor, and because of the way in which modern solutions operate, that disruption can impact much sooner than it might have done historically. It's possible that it's more broad as well. It's not just simply the customer, but it can expose you to regulatory scrutiny as well as reputational damage. And I think that because of digital connectivity and closer coupling of solutions, the blast radius really for resilience issues is much greater. If our system falls down, the knock-on effect upstream to other systems, and it becomes a domino effect. So it really is a much broader issue because of the connection between digital solutions. So I think whilst resilience failure has always been a potential impact on financial performance, I think it's never greater than it is now because of the digital concentration in terms of the ecosystem we operate in.
I think some of the key areas that we're seeing that advantage is in the credit decisioning side of things, where traditionally it would be quite difficult to manage structured and unstructured data sets. AI now has the power to analyze those, in which case our credit decisioning time is cut shorter, which means you're adding greater value to the customer, but also mitigating risk at a far earlier stage. I think predictive analysis, so we're starting to see trends and we can analyze the trends far quicker with AI. So again, we are managing that risk at a much earlier stage and we can react to that risk. Other aspects that we see it in is scoring, so dealer and fleet scoring. So you're looking across OEMs, you're looking across all the different behavioral aspects. And for that, the AI augmentation of that is huge. What we need to be mindful is the governance that needs to be around AI. AI should be augmenting our systems and our platforms and not replacing the humans, because we need a huge amount of governance and governance frameworks, the likes of the EU AI Act. We need to make sure that they are embedded in everything that we do when we come to doing AI. So putting AI just into a product for the sake of it is no longer just something to be used as a buzzword. It actually has to add value but maintain that governance.
I don't think it's possible any longer to assume slow, steady, regular growth into new geographies. Geopolitical constraints, regulatory, economic, operational issues all mean that we have to be, and our customers have to be more selective in terms of the geographies that they operate in. And that means quite often isolating individual jurisdictions to prevent bleed over, which means typically you might be duplicating some of the effort and therefore increasing costs. So what vendors need to be able to do is offer solutions that can serve multiple jurisdictions whilst also allowing customers to manage at a group top level through single instance deployments for multiple geographies. SBS can help customers and prospects through its specialised finance platform by offering solutions that improve customer experience whilst also offering the opportunity to lenders to reduce risk and manage TCO. Customers and prospects can leverage the specialised finance platform to improve both risk management and customer experience through the use of data, as we've been talking about. We can leverage, for example, open banking data to identify negative behaviours. We can take that data and trigger a digital audit, which will allow us to utilise our audit solution to understand whether an asset's there, which in the event it's not, can trigger a settlement in the core lending system. What we're using is data and digital connectivity to mitigate risk that's historically been done retrospectively by humans in a much slower time frame, and utilising data that historically wouldn't even be available until after the event. We can also, by doing that, reduce TCO for customers because they will be relying on data and digital connectivity rather than the high cost of humans. So it's both the opportunity to manage risk but also improve customer experience through speed of underwriting, speed of response time, improved self-service. And we can also use the SFP wholesale system to provide a single instance of software that can be used to manage multiple geographies, but at the same time allow a central governance from a central team to administer the system. So overall, we are not being disadvantaged by modernity and the developments in digitalization, but in fact using it as commercial levers to improve our offering, but also the experience of our customers and, most importantly, their customers.